Turning now to what's happening on Capitol Hill as a tax bill deadline is approaching. This morning on 2 News, Oklahoma Senator James Lankford joins us live. Senator Lankford, we want to thank you for your time with us this morning. We want to get right into President Trump's big, beautiful bill moving through Congress. I know you're trying to get it over the finish line before 4th of July, but Republicans facing a few recent hurdles. The CBO says this bill would impact millions, potentially losing health insurance. Explain to us how this bill will help hardworking Oklahomans.
Yeah, glad to. Good to get a chance to visit with you again. This bill we've worked on literally for a couple of years now, thinking through the process on it. Our taxes expire at the end of this year. So if we do nothing right now, every single American, every single Oklahoman will have their taxes increase next year. So we've got to avoid that major tax increase. We're also working on some areas on Medicaid, as you mentioned before. It's been interesting. CBO, this scorekeeper that's in Washington, D.C., has said that 10 million people will lose Medicaid. What they don't tell is the rest of the story. We're actually putting a work authorization and a work requirement on Medicaid, just like we have on the other social safety nets. So those folks aren't losing health care. If you read the rest of the story, they're actually transitioning from Medicaid to employer-provided health care. We think that's a better option for people to be able to actually be employed. There's a work requirement that's on SNAP, what some people call food stamps still. There's a work requirement on temporary assistance for needy families. There's just not a work requirement for Medicaid for healthy adults with no children. Now, we're not talking about disabled children and pregnant moms. We're talking about healthy adults with no children. We believe there should be a work requirement that will push them, yes, off of Medicaid, but onto employer-provided health care.
To get that bill to be put forward on July 4th. I know you're working really hard on that.
We are actually. There's a lot of meetings that are going on right now. Again, we met with the president for a couple hours yesterday. The House has already passed that. Kevin Hern sits on the Ways and Means Committee, has been very active on that. The House has passed their bill. It's in the Senate. I sit on the Finance Committee in the Senate that also does tax policy here. So we have the opportunity to be able to work together in Oklahoma to try to get the best possible outcome for our state and for the nation.
Senator Lankford, I know you're working around the clock, and we really appreciate your time. Before you go, I hear you've got a little bit of a wager ahead of tonight's Thunder game. I got to hear about it.
I do. Actually, all Oklahoma is focused in on the Thunder and their first game tonight. But yeah, the senior senator from Indiana, he and I have a little wager going on. And when the Thunder win, he's going to have to wear a Thunder jersey here in the halls of Congress. If the Pacers were to win, which they're not, I would have to wear the Pacers jersey walking around the halls of Congress. So we've got just a little friendly wager going on, and it's been interesting to hear the banter around the halls of Congress. As you can imagine, with 50 states here, there's lots of folks from Indiana and Oklahoma still walking the halls and a little bit of noise in the hallways getting ready for tonight's game.
I love that. Senator Lankford, when the Thunder win. Can I get a thunder up before you go?
Absolutely, you can. Thunder up.
Let's go. All right, Senator Lankford, thank you so much for your time. Stick with 2 News. We'll be right back after this.